I have many weird ones, but here are 3 of them in chronological order. First. B. Me coming back home from shopping in 2021. B. Looking out window. See 2 VWs of same build but different colors. One B blue, other red. C. Both driving next to Ecother. Immediately think of the Matrix. Second. B. Me talking to Granddad about his brother in 2022. Drop subject like for several minuets and talk about the work we were doing. B. Me still thinking about what was going on with his brother. Granddad says what I was thinking in my head pretty much exactly, even though I was just thinking it and it had been like 6 to 7 minuets since we talked about it. K. Me being surprised and him looking like he realized he clucked up a bit and exposed the fact he read my mind. Third. B. Me in January of this year. B. Recommenced Elsagate vid. Look into that subject for a bit. Have people wanting to buy Granddad's tow truck come by a few days later. Have them come at night. Have them be all older teens, men. Have them drop an Elsa-headed apple juice bottle. Have B be in denial for like a day or so of it being Elsa. Realize it is. Take bottle and like week later as proof of puckery. Again, I have more, but these are the ones that stand out to me. Had a similar experience. B. Me. Flying to work. Scared of flying, didn't know how this factors in. Asked the attendant for some wine and 2 refills to stave off the fear as usual. Wasn't drunk because those flutes are small and most of it's bubbles anyway, not even tipsy. 3 glasses is like, I dunno, half a normal wine glass or something. Look at the map, we're almost over Novosibirsk. The captain says to fasten the seat belts because we were about to have some turbulence. The turbulence is not just some turbulence, not to me at least, it's really fucking bumpy and I feel the vacuum sensation in my stomach and the worst bump. I'm fucking terrified. Everyone is calm and says nothing, they all seem paralyzed. This is somewhat normal in first class but not to that extent. PA says we can unbuckle because the turbulence is over. Flight attendant comes out of her cubicle or whatchama call it, asks me if I wanted a 3rd refill. Had the 3rd refill before the turbulence. Tell her, I do and thank her. Trying to understand what's going on as I drink the 4th refill, shrug it off as just being scared shitless of flying. The captain says to buckle up because we were gonna have some turbulence. Look at the map, we're approaching Novosibirsk like 20 minutes before or so. The turbulence is the same. Stronger than usual. This time however people seem a bit concerned and the flight attendant comes and checks on us, especially me. I always tell them I'm scared of flying, after it stops. PA says we can unbuckle because the turbulence is over. I have no explanation to this day. B. Me. Decide to go on night walk. Load up MP3 player, throw on hoodie and head out. It's pretty nice outside. I'm in the rural outskirts of a small town. 2 hours into walk. 1 a.m. I'm on a densely forested road with a few large houses. A rustle comes from my right. I turn and see a clustered group of robed figures behind a gate. They resemble clan members with hoods over their heads. I wave at them and face the road again. For added dramatic effect, Ride of the Valkyries was blasting on my headphones. Afterwards, there was a notable increase of traffic on the road, all trucks. I get to a higher road and see there is a fire burning at that property. Nothing notable happens. Just noticed a small bridge of events. B. Me. Worries about losing my job. Not getting along with my senior dev lately. On MVP with i9 Intel chip I spent 4K on in 2019. It's a piece of shit worth nothing now. Start trying to manifest money and a spec'd out MVP with M2 chip. Build it on the Apple Store and put it in the cart. It is done. Few weeks pass by. Boss asks me to come into his office. Tells me he's thinking of switching from Android to Apple. Wants me to tell him all about Apple products. It's all fresh in my mind cause I've been looking into it. We build a spec'd out MVP together and talk about iPhone and apps for like an hour. Nice bonding moment. Me, around 11 years old. Share a room with my younger bro and sleep on the top bunk of a bunk bed. Ladder to get up is on the side near my head. Have a dream that my mom comes in the room with 2 folders of sheet music and says we need to practice our instruments, unclear what the instrument was. I say to leave both folders at the foot of my bed and my bro can go get his when he needs it. Next morning wake up to see my bro sleeping curled up at the foot of my bed, once again, top bunk. Had to have climbed up since he couldn't have used ladder. I'm a very light sleeper and there's no way I wouldn't have woken up. He was never a sleepwalker, but climbed up in his sleep. Happens the next morning as well. Hadn't told him anything about the dream. The third night I dreamed that my mom comes back in and I tell her to put my bro's folder on his bed because he keeps sleeping at the foot of my bed. Wake up with him in his own bed. Never happens again. I told him about it right after it stopped and he doesn't like talking about it still after almost 20 years. It creeps him out. Definitely one of the weirdest, most inexplainable things that I've experienced. Me, commuting to work. Catch my normal train. Something feels off. I'm breathing but I'm not getting air. Look out the window to calm down. Can't recognize the areas passing by. The stations aren't right. The display board has the correct train listed. The other people on the train aren't moving. Fully still and fully silent. Run out at next station, try to calm nerves and breathe fresh air. Look around. I'm back at the first station and my train is arriving. No time has passed from me entering the first train. I called an Uber and ate the extra expense. Nothing similar has happened since, thankfully. Looking back, I think I just fell asleep or something and it was just a dream. Still freaked me out. Me, Filipino family is very religious. Have all kinds of figures of Jesus and the Virgin Mary inside our house. Have this adult-sized Virgin Mary statue in our living room. Watching TV one afternoon. The statue is beside the TV. Hear murmurs. Turn TV down so I could hear better. Look at the Virgin Mary for some reason. Her lips are moving. See her blink. Run to my friend's house and didn't come home until the evening. Parents were pissed at me because I was out so late. Never tell them about the statues since they'll just beat me up for lying and saying such blasphemy. Never spent any time in the living again until my aunt took me abroad. Yes, op. That is literally what happened to me. Me. Stop being religious as a teenager. In my early 20s develop an interest in spirituality, particularly the occult and esoterica. Not long after, get red pills on the NWO, 9/11, their plan to enslave humanity etc. Notice that they too dabble in the occult and use lots of esoteric symbolism in their plans. These people are evil, worship dark gods like Baal or Satan, depending on how they choose to depict it. Same cabal are encouraging people not to be religious. That wasn't enough for me. I could get that they didn't want people to be spiritual and wanted to enslave all of us. But the Christ faggotry hit me when realize a large portion of them are Jewish. Understand that a piece in their plan is to eradicate Europeans and their identity. Do lots of reading and come to new understandings regarding race and World War II. I then greatly simplified it all down to Jews hate white people, are attacking our traditional values. As a white European, I want to protect my race and traditional values. Therefore Christianity must be the truth, because in recent history it has been emblematic of traditional white values. Worships a Jewish god. Not worshipping Thor, Odin, Athena, Zeus, etc. You just unlocked a memory of mine which is very similar to your story. Me. Got into a habit of going on late-night walks around town to think over my woes in life. Would meet up with friends for a few drinks, then instead of going home afterwards I'd take a long detour. I'd often revisit places I hadn't been since I was a kid. One night was walking around an area I hadn't been to in years. It was around midnight. Decided I wanted to walk through a park I knew was nearby. Finally found the path that lead into the park. Noticed the park was completely dark. Could really only see a big boulder to the left of the path. Started walking into the park anyway. Could hear giggling from behind the boulder. Nope. Turned 180 and quickly walked away.